One wrong offset calculation just cost a Z owner $4,000. His new forged wheels? They're collecting dust because they won't clear as Brembos. This is why fitment matters on your 350Z. The Nissan 350Z is legendary for customization, but its wheel fitment is trickier than most realize. Get it wrong and you're looking at rubbing fenders, damaged tires, or worse, dangerous highway vibrations that no amount of balancing can fix. Today we're breaking down exactly what fits your Z33, from conservative daily setups to aggressive show builds. I'll give you the exact measurements that work, what modifications you'll need, and the costly mistakes to avoid. Let's start with your baseline. What Nissan gave you from factory. Every single 350Z from 2003 to 2009 uses the same bolt pattern. 5 by 140.3 millimeters. Your hub bore is 66.1 millimeters. Memorize that number because aftermarket wheels rarely match it perfectly. Base models came with 17 by 7.5-inch wheels up front at plus 30 offset and 17 by 8-inch rears at plus 33. Touring models upgraded to 18 by 8 all around at plus 30 offset. Track models got forged raise wheels, 18 by 8 front, 18 by 8.5 rear, still conservative offsets around plus 30. The Nismo edition changed the game with staggered diameters, 18 by 9-inch fronts and 19 by 10-inch rears, both at plus 30 offset. These raise forged wheels weigh just 29 pounds and clear Brembo brakes perfectly. Stock tire sizes range from 225 50R17 and 235 50R17 on base models to 245 40R18 and 265 35R19 on Nismos. Notice how every factory setup uses high positive offsets. Nissan played it safe, keeping wheels tucked inside the fenders. This is your starting point for understanding what definitely clears without rubbing. Now for what enthusiasts actually run. The most popular daily-friendly setup is 18 by 9.5-inch front wheels at plus 22 offset, paired with 18 by 10.5-inch rears, also at plus 22. This pushes your wheels about 8 millimeters closer to the fenders compared to stock, creating that perfect flush look. Tire sizes of 245 40R R18 front and 275 40 R18 rear complete the package. With mild lowering springs, this setup typically fits without any fender modifications. It's the sweet spot between form and function. Enkei RPF1s in this size run about 1,500 per set. Work emotion. CR Kais cost around 2,000. Budget options like XXR wheels can be had for 800, but we'll talk about why that might be false economy later. For the show car crowd, 19-inch wheels are king. A typical aggressive street setup runs 19 by 9.5 plus 15 front and 19 by 11 plus 15 rear. That's significantly more poke. We're talking 34 millimeters further out than stock in the rear. You'll need fender rolling, negative camber, and possibly stretched tires to make this work. Authentic Volk TE37s in 19-inch sizes cost $800 to $1,000 per wheel. Yes, $4,000 for a set. Raise gram lights or work wheels run about $3,000 per set. Replica brands like Rohana or ESR offer similar sizing for $1,200 to $1,500 total. Track enthusiasts often run square setups, same size all around. The go-to is 18 by 10-inch wheels at plus 25 offset on all four corners with 275 or 35 R18 tires. NASA spec Z race cars run 18 by 10 plus 15 square with 275s, but that requires serious fender work and negative 3 degrees of camber. Let's talk limits. On completely stock fenders with zero modifications, you max out around 9.5 inches wide at plus 20 offset up front and 10.5 inches at plus 20 in the rear. Any lower offset or wider wheel will rub when the suspension compresses. With proper fender rolling, you can fit 9.5-inch wheels down to plus 12 offset in front and 10.5-inch wheels at plus 12 to 15 in the rear. This requires negative camber, about 2 to 3 degrees, to tuck the top of the wheel under the fender. The absolute limit on stock body? 11-inch wide wheels at plus 15 offset in the rear, but only with pulled fenders, stretched tires, and at least 3 degrees of negative camber. Some run 18 by 11 at +8 or even 0 offset, but that's full poke territory. The wheels stick out past the fenders. Front fenders are aluminum and don't pull well, so most max out at 9.5 inches wide. Anything wider requires over fenders or a wide body kit. Remember, it's not just outer clearance. Wheels that are too wide or high offset can hit suspension components on the inside. Tires make or break your fitment. For street driving, the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S is the gold standard. Excellent dry and wet grip with decent tread life. Continental Extreme Contact Sport offers similar performance for less money. Budget options include Firestone Firehawk Indy 500. Common sizes are 245/40 R18 and 275/40 R18 for mild setups, or 245/35 R19 and 275/35 R19 for 19s. Track guys run 200 treadwear tires like Bridgestone RE71 RS or Falcon RT660. These are basically street-legal race tires. Suspension changes everything. Lowering springs drop you about 1 to 1.5 inches and add negative camber, especially in the rear. This helps tuck aggressive wheels, but reduces suspension travel. Coilovers offer adjustable height and typically stiffer spring rates, preventing bottoming out with wide wheels. Most importantly, lowering brings your fenders closer to the tires. What clears at stock height might rub when lowered. A proper alignment is crucial after any suspension change. Track builds run -2 to 3 degrees camber, while street cars stay around -1 to 2 degrees. Here's what not to do. First mistake: ignoring hub bore size. Your Z needs 66.1 mm bore wheels or hub-centric rings. Without them, you'll get highway vibrations that balancing can't fix. Threepiece.us has an excellent article explaining why hub-centric mounting matters. Second, wrong offset selection. Buying high offset wheels meant for front-wheel drive cars leaves your Z looking sunken. Third, neglecting brake clearance. Some 18-inch wheels won't clear Brembo calipers, and most 17s definitely won't. Always verify fitment before buying. Fourth mistake, extreme tire stretch. Running 2.25s on 10-inch wheels might clear your fenders, but it's dangerous. The tire can de-bead under hard cornering. Fifth, cheap replica wheels. That $700 TE37 knockoff might crack after 8 months. Quality wheels are an investment in safety. Finally, not doing research. With forums and fitment galleries everywhere, there's no excuse for guessing. Measure twice, buy once. For most 350Z owners, here's the winning formula: 18 by 9.5 plus 22 front, 18 by 10.5 plus 22 rear wheels. Add 245/40 front and 275/40 rear tires. Lower it an inch on quality springs or coilovers. Maybe roll the rear fenders if you're extra low. This setup looks fantastic, improves handling, and works as a daily driver. If you want something more custom or aggressive, that's where specialists come in. Threepiece.us specializes in custom wheel fitment for builds like yours. They'll spec the exact offset, width, and design to achieve your vision while ensuring proper clearance. Whether you need hub-centric rings, custom three-piece wheels, or just expert advice, they're the fitment specialists to consult. Drop a comment with your current setup or dream fitment. Subscribe for more technical guides, and remember, proper fitment transforms your Z from ordinary to extraordinary.